Hello everyone, welcome back to Orin Tarot. Thank you so much for always following and supporting the channel. The moment you come across this video is the perfect time for you to receive its message. Here on this channel, I always bring you insights about what's about to unfold in your life. When you open your heart and trust in the positive, you are also connecting to a parallel world, one where your wishes have already come true. Today, through this tarot reading, I hope to help you unlock future possibilities and support you on your journey toward love and the fulfillment of your heart's desires. The topic of today's reading is what will happen in June. Let's dive in and explore it together. I have drawn 3 cards corresponding to Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. Listen to your intuition and choose the card that draws you in the most. Then, click the timestamp in the video description to go directly to your reading. Now, let's begin the reading for those of you who have already made your choice. Hello, Pile 1. Thank you for waiting. Now, I will begin the reading for those of you who chose Pile 1. I hope this reading brings you healing, new insights, and moments filled with love. The topic of today's reading is what will happen in June. First, let's take a look at the main theme for June. The cards that have appeared here include the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, along with the Fish card and 3 Oracle cards. To begin with, the clearest message for June is abundance in finances. The Fish card represents the flow of money, prosperity, and wealth, and one of the Oracle cards also indicates that this is a time when dreams can be turned into reality. When paired with the Queen of Pentacles, this further reinforces the idea that you will be receiving stable financial support, experiencing material fulfillment, and abundance. However, this flow doesn't arrive randomly. It is closely tied to the movement of things that were once stagnant. Situations or plans that may have seemed frozen or impossible to move forward will now begin to shift. You may find yourself picking up where you left off on something that was incomplete or bringing something to completion that once remained unfinished. With external support, which you previously may not have had, you will now have the chance to truly begin again or to start something in a completely fresh and new way. June is also a time when matters that were previously delayed can finally move forward. Things that had remained unsettled or had reached no clear conclusion will now begin to find clarity, come together, and fall into place. Another prominent theme this month is mental calmness and stability. The Knight of Swords and King of Swords bring a message that you need to remain truly composed, do not rush, and don't get caught up in unnecessary competition or conflict. Keep a cool head and stay clear-minded. Be patient, observe carefully, and analyze each situation before making any decisions or taking action. This month also calls for emotional regulation. If unexpected situations arise, don't let impulsive emotions drive you to act hastily or make unwise choices. Take a deep breath, pause for a moment, and closely observe what is unfolding around you. What's important is that you recognize where your current emotions are coming from, what they are reacting to, and whether they are being influenced by lingering feelings from the past. The key this month lies in mental maturity, clarity in your responses, and patience in the face of new shifts that are beginning to unfold in your life. In June, the energy of abundance is truly making its way to you. Material blessings are being offered, flowing into your life. And there is one more message that I sense strongly from the cards: the presence of a person or a type of person who is typically difficult to approach, someone emotionally guarded, not easily influenced, and hard to win over. However, this person may not be someone who is about to enter your life. Rather, it seems they are already present, either currently or from some time ago. And what you need to be mindful of is this: the influence of that person might cloud your judgment, making it harder for you to see clearly or make sound decisions. This is both a warning and an important piece of advice. Pay close attention to whether someone in your life is affecting your clarity, leading you away from what is true. Additionally, I sense that your attention may currently be drawn to what you feel is lacking. You might be focusing more on what has been lost, or carrying a lingering sense of emptiness over something that is no longer present. But the message here is this: what you've lost will be compensated. What you once believed was gone will, in some way, begin to return during this month of June. If you find yourself in that space, the message for you is this: staying where you are, whether mentally or emotionally, or continuing with the same thought patterns, will not bring about any change. What's essential is to redirect your focus, to refresh the current of your own thinking. The way you shape your thoughts, the way you perceive your circumstances, all of that needs a complete reset. Here, the two sword cards, the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords, carry a powerful message of clarity in thought and sharpness in judgment. This is not the time to let emotions take over or allow someone else's influence to overwhelm your sense of direction. June is calling you to be more rational, more grounded, and more willing to shift your perspective in order to receive the positive energy that is approaching. As mentioned earlier, there is absolutely no need to rush this June. The Queen of Pentacles is sending a message of calm, urging you to maintain a steady pace in life and not let yourself be pulled into a state of impatience. You may feel a strong urge to act quickly, to see immediate results, especially if your mind is still occupied by feelings of lack, loss, or incompleteness. But what's truly important to remember is that June is a period during which things are gradually being arranged and realigned in the right way. This is a time when conditions become more favorable for you to resume tasks that were once delayed. What was previously blocked or unable to move forward will now begin to show signs of progress. You will also start to feel a greater sense of certainty, a sense of groundedness, as you begin to witness tangible results, responses, and outcomes arising from your actions. However, one element that may cause you to feel unsteady this month is the influence of relationships or external circumstances. You may find your mind stirred by the upheaval or emotional currents of those around you, or be swept into a rhythm that isn't truly your own. This can lead to a state of haste and impatience. When looking at the two sword cards, the Knight and the King of Swords, as well as the contrast in their pace, I receive a significant message. Each person has their own rhythm, their own journey. June is not the time to compare yourself with others or to feel like you're being left behind. There is no race you need to run. Whether your progress is fast or slow matters far less than whether you're moving in the right direction with steady, confident steps. In addition, the Fish card emphasizes expansion and flow. It's not just about the return of financial movement or the resolution of monetary concerns, it's also about the sense that your energy is beginning to radiate outward. Something you are doing may start to spread more widely, attract more attention, or have a greater impact than you anticipated. This month, the flow isn't only material, it's also the expansion of your living space, your opportunities, or your connections. This is a time when you don't need to rush. Instead, allow everything to unfold naturally because the universe is gradually setting the stage for you to receive what you truly deserve. The message strongly emphasized here is that you will be noticed in both positive and negative ways. For this reason, every decision you make in the coming period will carry significant weight. It's essential that you remain fully clear-headed so that negative emotions don't take control. Avoid making choices driven by anger, hurt, or anxiety. At the same time, be mindful of external influences, whether they come in the form of words or subtle energies from others. Standing firm in your own truth and making decisions from a place of clarity is what will guide you through this phase with integrity and grace. Now, let's continue with the next part. What will happen in June, specifically in the area of work? The first card to appear is the Hierophant, a card symbolizing stability, reassurance, and a trustworthy atmosphere. It brings the message that you will find a space that brings you relief, comfort, or perhaps a working environment where you can truly be yourself. This is also a month where you may encounter reliable allies, people who are willing to support you, offer helpful advice, or share knowledge that can help you grow and advance in your career. It may be someone who offers you insightful guidance, a mentor, an experienced colleague, or simply someone who understands what you're striving for. Looking at both the overall theme and the message from the work-related card, I sense that many of you who chose Pile 1 have been walking a solitary path for some time. You may have been working tirelessly, giving your all in an environment where you often felt out of place, as though you didn't quite belong. Perhaps there were moments when you questioned whether you were too different, whether the path you chose was truly the right one. But the message here doesn't suggest that you were wrong. On the contrary, it tells you that you simply haven't yet met the people who can truly understand you. The feeling of not being recognized or struggling to gain alignment from those around you may have caused you to doubt yourself at times. But June marks the beginning of a shift, a time when you start to find the people who truly see you, the places that feel like home, and the kinds of connections that give you the strength and confidence to keep moving forward. However, what's important to understand is this: the feeling of carrying everything on your own, the very weight that once overwhelmed you, will gradually be lifted. As mentioned earlier, there is no longer a need to rush. A space where you can finally breathe, where you are free to be yourself and feel at ease, is making its way to you. The next card to appear is Balance, delivering a clear message that you will begin to regain the equilibrium that was once lost. When I look at the imagery of this card, I sense a past state of tension, tight, suffocating, and pressurized. But now you are entering a phase where stability and harmony are returning. The sensation of being pushed to your limits is giving way to gentleness and composure. More than that, you may find yourself able to truly enjoy the moment, things you previously couldn't feel or didn't have the mental space to appreciate. June brings you not only emotional ease, but also a quiet pause, enough for you to smile at life again. Another card that has appeared symbolizes the act of hiding oneself. This suggests that you may have once believed, even if I speak up, no one will understand, or no matter how much I do, no one sees it. And from that place, you gradually withdrew, letting go of the belief that you could be heard or truly understood. This isn't necessarily something that will happen in June. It's more of a state you are now emerging from, as if shedding a layer of self-doubt or guardedness that once kept you closed off. And the message here is clear. What you once thought could never be understood, never reconciled, now has the chance to be healed. Misunderstandings can be untangled, and gaps that once felt impossible to bridge may gently begin to close. The cards, the Emperor, the Lovers, and the Clover together send a hopeful message of reconnection, forgiveness, and a small blessing from fate itself, a tender nod from the universe in recognition of all the effort you've poured into your journey. The Clover card here doesn't represent overwhelming joy, but rather a gentle, peaceful happiness, something that softens your heart and brings a quiet smile to your face. It is a small, sincere kind of joy that you will experience in your work. So, where does this come from? It stems from your relationship with someone in your professional environment, perhaps a superior, a subordinate, a partner, or a colleague. A connection that once felt distant may now begin to align. You may find common ground, reach mutual understanding, or finally have your voice heard and your opinions acknowledged. The message is clear. You are stepping out of a state that once left you feeling suppressed. In the past, you may have held back from speaking your truth, hesitated to offer your ideas, or refrained from taking action out of fear of being dismissed or misunderstood. But this June, you will find the courage to express yourself. There is a powerful shift from believing that nothing you do matters to taking real, purposeful action. This transformation is not only bold, but also carries with it a deep resolve to change your reality. The Page of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Snake card reveal a past state filled with doubt and tension. You may have constantly worried, what's going to happen? How do I deal with this? How do I escape this situation? You might have been forced to stop or become so exhausted that you couldn't go on. But in June, a door begins to open. Everything feels as if it's suddenly unlocked, gently, unexpectedly, freeing you from that spiral. At the same time, the energy of being overly concerned with others' judgments comes through strongly. You may have spent a lot of time worrying about how others see you, what they think, how they evaluate you. That concern may have held you back, made you hesitant to move forward, or kept you from fully expressing yourself. But now, the things that once felt stuck or stagnant are beginning to shift. And clearly, work is the area where you'll feel this transformation most strongly, from blockage to flow, from worry to action, from hesitation to confidently claiming your voice. It seems that you had to pause or were forced to stop pursuing something you truly wanted to engage in. But this June, I sense that you will finally break free from that state. What once kept you stuck in place, what once made you feel powerless to move forward, will gradually be unraveled. And there is one particularly special element that has appeared in this reading. It's possible that someone may enter your life, or perhaps they are already there, someone who mirrors your own state of being, like a reflection. By observing this person, you will come to realize something deeply important. They will bring you a moment of awakening, not through words, but through their presence and the way they live. Through them, you'll find the clarity to make choices and take action in a more aligned, positive direction. It will feel as though they are the one who awakens a new flow within you, giving you the courage to move forward. There's also a message about equality, a relationship rooted in mutual respect and partnership, where you no longer feel diminished or subordinate. This could very well emerge in your work life, where you begin to cultivate a connection built on fairness and shared understanding. This transformation won't just enhance your effectiveness in what you do, it will also help soothe the insecurities that have quietly lingered within you. In addition, the two cards that appear at the end evoke a sense of radiance, of a greater role waiting for you. You may be chosen or offered a special opportunity. It feels as though you'll be placed in the right position or recognized in a way that truly honors your worth. This is further reinforced by the sequence of sword cards stretching from the Page of Swords to the Knight of Swords and finally to the King of Swords, appearing consistently throughout both the general theme and the career section. This progression points to significant growth in your thinking, your vision, and your capacity to take decisive action. Perhaps a proposal of yours will be approved, or you'll receive an important nod from someone in authority. A green light will switch on, signaling that the time has come for you to move forward. And now we move into the next part, relationships. The reading suggests that something is returning to you. Something that once left, whether material, emotional, or a person, is now on its way back. And no, it's not coming from where you expect. It arises from a deeper dimension, a more profound level of connection that is now being awakened. What's being referenced here is the image of the King of Swords, a card that also appeared in the thematic section earlier. If recently there has been someone in your life who causes mental strain, tension, or constant overthinking, this person may embody a strong, rational, and emotionally distant energy, someone who tends to be controlling or hard to approach. If you've been affected by someone like that, the reading suggests that this dynamic is about to shift. It's possible that this person will be replaced, or that your relationship with them will undergo a transformation. And what stands out most clearly is the strong sense that something is returning, a certain atmosphere, a relationship, or even a person who was once present. There may have been someone in the past who held that role, a person who once supported you, who was deeply connected to you, but for some reason, drifted away. This June, the energy indicates that they may be coming back. And with their return comes the beginning of a new chapter in your relationship, one marked by closeness, comfort, and, most importantly, resonance on the same frequency. As I pulled additional cards from the Oracle deck, the Wheel of Fortune appeared. I drew one more card for clarity, and it was the Ace of Pentacles. A new beginning is waiting for you in the realm of relationships. But this isn't about a wave of new people entering your life. Rather, it's about one specific person, a special connection that is about to emerge. This relationship brings a sense of joy, brightness, and inner inspiration. It's the kind of bond that stirs a desire to nurture something meaningful together, to build something lasting side by side. This also aligns with the energetic flow mentioned earlier. You are gradually moving away from connections that once left you drained. Those who caused you pain, who imposed cold, controlling, or indifferent energy upon you, are now being replaced. Whether it's someone entirely new or someone returning with a renewed spirit, the shift is unmistakable. The atmosphere becomes lighter, clearer, more vibrant. And when I look at the final three cards, I feel a clear and undeniable message. Luck is on your side. It's not just about breaking free from negativity, it's about attracting what is good. Relationships that were once clouded or heavy will be renewed. Those who left, if they are meant to be, will return. And those connections that no longer align with your path will be gently released, making space for the right people to enter your life. You are stepping into a phase where the universe is reorganizing your connections, surrounding you with understanding, support, and inspiration. In the realm of relationships, June brings an important form of support. This could be assistance, companionship, or a quiet yet steady source of emotional grounding. Fortune is favoring you, and with the Ace of Pentacles appearing once again, this time it speaks not only of new beginnings, but of tangible abundance starting to take shape. Paired with the Nine of Pentacles, the message becomes even clearer. You are entering a time when both your material world and your relationships will experience meaningful and lasting improvement. It may be that a colleague in your work environment will change, a teammate, a project partner, or even a supervisor. Whoever is being replaced, the new person will bring a sense of ease, better collaboration, and create the right conditions for you to fully express your abilities. The atmosphere around you will also become more pleasant, allowing you to move forward with greater fluidity and support. The Death card appears here not as a negative omen, but as a powerful symbol of cleansing. It's like a fresh wind sweeping through, clearing away the outdated and the burdensome, so that you can step into a completely new chapter. This is a very welcome change. The space around you is being renewed, and your relationships are being realigned in a lighter, more positive way. Also appearing is the Bird card, which represents communication and conversation. Yet, in the context of previous energy, this imagery carries a tone of whispering, hesitation, as if you have been in an environment filled with gossip or have lived under the weight of needing to be cautious, careful under the gaze of others. Perhaps those were conversations steeped in pressure, moments when you couldn't freely be yourself, always having to read the room, watching others' expressions before knowing how to respond. But June will completely turn that around. The tense whispers will be replaced by light-hearted laughter. You'll no longer feel judged, no longer feel the need to constantly brace yourself to please everyone. Instead, you'll find yourself laughing alongside those who truly understand and appreciate you. This is a month of purification, reconstruction, and the opening of a new path, not only in your career or finances, but also in your relationships with others and with yourself. A gentler, more refreshing world is waiting for you to step into it. The things you once had to tiptoe around, be cautious of, or suppress, will begin to fade in June. You'll no longer need to shrink yourself, no longer need to lower your voice to avoid drawing attention or to keep the peace. A more comfortable, empowered state is coming your way. In your relationships, you will no longer have to pretend or force yourself to fit in. You'll have the chance to be fully authentic, to feel, to express, and to show up as yourself with ease and openness. Fortune is on your side, and you'll truly begin to feel it. The oracle card titled Main Character also appears, carrying the powerful message that you will no longer play a passive role, no longer be someone who simply endures or accepts your circumstances. The things you once had to swallow, silently endure, or accept out of helplessness, those chapters are coming to an end. Beginning in June, you become the one who takes initiative. You may be the one to spark change, or even lead others in a new direction. Regardless of the role you take on, what you'll feel most clearly is this: you are no longer bound by the limitations of the past. Everything is shifting in a beautifully positive direction. Finally, I drew one more card to see who will be your lucky person, the one who brings good fortune into your life this June. That card is the King of Pentacles. This person carries a grounded, dependable energy, someone who listens deeply and makes you feel safe simply by being near. Looking at the surrounding cards, I sense that June will be the time when your heart begins to open, when you finally get to speak the words you've been holding in for so long. Your emotions, your thoughts, your desires, all of it will have the chance to be released, to breathe, and to be heard. And this person, whether it's a superior, a colleague, a new companion on your journey, or even an old friend returning, is the one who creates that space for you. Someone who helps your mind and body relax, someone who makes you feel, I don't have to hold it all together anymore. Their presence feels like a gentle gift from the universe, an invitation to rest, to heal, and to finally live as your true self. That brings us to the end of the reading for those who chose Pile 1. If something in this reading stirred your heart, I invite you to leave a message, even if it's just a small symbol, so I know the message has truly reached you. I deeply cherish and look forward to your responses, because they are what make this journey more meaningful than words can express. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support this channel. Your presence here is a treasured gift, one that fuels my desire to keep offering sincere, heartfelt readings that speak to the soul. May you always have the peace to hear the voice within, and the courage to walk toward everything that is truly meant for you. See you again in the next reading. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you for waiting. Now, I'll begin the reading for those of you who chose Pile 2. I hope this reading brings you healing, new insights, and moments filled with love. The theme of today's reading is what will happen in June. First, let's take a look at the overall theme for your month of June. The cards that appeared include the Six of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and Judgment. Alongside them are 3 oracle cards, one of which carries the message of rest. And when I look at this spread, the very first message that comes through is this: June is asking you to allow yourself to rest. It seems you've been incredibly busy, working nonstop, constantly pushing forward, so this month is your moment to slow down and intentionally create spaces of stillness and true rest. The Oracle card Ascension reinforces this message, as if to say, rest is not a pause from progress, it is an essential part of your growth. June is the time for you to cultivate a smoother flow in your life, not one driven by pressure or urgency, but one that comes from balance, from knowing how to devote time to nurturing yourself. Alongside that, a clear message from the universe comes through the friendship card. Reconnect with your friends. It could be meeting up with a few close companions, going out together, having heartfelt conversations, or simply sharing a peaceful space. These moments will bring powerful healing energy into your life. At the same time, through these connections with others, inspiration will come to you more easily. New ideas will naturally and unexpectedly emerge in your mind. In summary, June is a time for you to prioritize your personal life, your close relationships, and your private moments. Don't feel guilty if you need to withdraw a little to rest, because taking care of yourself right now will help generate a new flow of energy, gentler, clearer, so that you're ready to step into the next chapters with a steadier heart and a more grounded mindset. Next is the card featuring a crescent moon, often associated with harvest or endings, but in this reading, it conveys more clearly the message of pausing or coming to a complete stop. For those who have been pushing themselves too hard, who have reached the limits of their endurance, this is a gentle reminder. It's time to allow yourself to stop. When looking at all three cards together, the dominant impression is that you've been overexerting yourself. The Judgment card has also appeared, typically representing rebirth, a return, or in matters of love, a potential reunion. But this time, the message doesn't revolve around someone else, it speaks of a renewal from within. This is a month for you to focus on healing yourself, taking time for your own needs, nurturing your inner world, and deepening those private, intimate moments. Everyone has their own way of relaxing and recharging. But in your case, reconnecting with familiar faces and trustworthy friends, as mentioned earlier, will be an especially powerful method. The presence of those who hold a genuine emotional connection with you will play a significant role in your recovery. And that, too, is a central theme of this month. In addition, the Growth card once again emphasizes that when you allow yourself to enjoy the things that bring you joy, when you actively engage in what makes you feel good and at ease, your energy will gradually be elevated. You'll begin to feel lighter, your mood will improve, and from that place of emotional ease, new inspiration and creative sparks will begin to emerge. The ideas you need, the answers you've been seeking, they will all come from this renewed, vibrant, and life-affirming energy. You may be feeling stuck in some area of your life. Perhaps an idea hasn't surfaced yet, a method remains unclear, or a solution to something still feels out of reach. But in this month of June, a clear image appears, as though a veil of fog is slowly lifting, allowing you to see the path ahead. Everything begins to come into focus, as if an unexpected solution will suddenly reveal itself, bringing a sense of relief and clarity. A key piece of advice from the cards this time is, try going somewhere, perhaps a short trip, a drive to a familiar place, but don't go alone. Traveling with someone, or engaging in a shared experience filled with understanding and connection, will open up a fresh stream of energy. This very act of connecting and communicating will become the catalyst that helps unlock new ideas and perspectives. Your June is deeply connected with companionship and the resonance of shared experiences. Now, moving into the message related to your work in June. Looking at the tarot cards, 10 of Cups, the Magician, the Lovers, and the additional card 9 of Swords, the first thing that stands out clearly is this: you will be entrusted or delegated with something. This suggests that a portion of your responsibilities may be lifted, giving you the freedom to focus on the work you genuinely desire to do. Instead of having to shoulder everything on your own, someone will step in to support you, or you'll be given the opportunity to delegate tasks more effectively. As a result, you'll be able to fully devote yourself to what you're truly passionate about. This also signals the possibility of breaking through a period of stagnation or creative block, a powerful shift away from prolonged tension or delay. In this context, the Lover's card does not refer to romantic relationships, but rather to a reconciliation within yourself. Perhaps in the past, you felt frustrated for not being able to pursue what you truly wanted, or you had to set aside your passions due to obligations and pressure. But this June offers you the chance to initiate that change, to choose once more what aligns with your heart, to take action for what makes you feel alive. The spirit of challenge is present, but it's the kind of challenge that excites you, because deep down, it's what you've been waiting for all along. The next message from the cards reveals that June will be a time for initiation, for taking action towards something new, or finally stepping into what you've long yearned for. Rising up and taking that first step is the central theme. The dreams you've held close, the desires that once only lived in your thoughts, this is the moment to bring them into reality. As the oracle cards were drawn, an intriguing image emerged. You will begin to notice the growth and maturity of those around you. These may be individuals you once guided, walked alongside, or supported, and now you'll witness the positive changes within them. Perhaps it's this very recognition of their growth that allows you to feel safe delegating responsibilities, placing your trust in them, and letting go at the right time. This not only reflects your confidence in them, but also signifies that what you've nurtured is finally bearing fruit. At the same time, the theme of nurturing is strongly present. Someone is growing through your guidance, or, in turn, you are learning and evolving under the influence of someone close to you. Depending on your situation, you may find yourself in the role of the teacher or the learner, but either way, you are part of a powerful current of growth. In particular, when looking at the overall energy of this month, you may come to realize that it is thanks to those who have supported you along the way that you've arrived at where you are now. But what stands out this time is that instead of continuing to carry the weight or give your all for others, you are being encouraged to enjoy the things that bring you joy. This is the time to allow yourself to return to simple pleasures, to embrace healthy forms of enjoyment, free from the constraints of duty or obligation. The growth of others now becomes the launching pad for your own freedom and inspiration. In terms of work, a warm and heartfelt image appears. You will receive many words of thanks from those around you, not just polite expressions, but sincere gratitude and genuine recognition for what you've contributed. You may hear things like "thank you so much" or "congratulations" from multiple people. This is clear proof that you have created value and made a meaningful impact. And even though this is a work-focused reading, the energy that arises is deeply connected to your personal life. Someone may be preparing to welcome their first child, or you yourself may be entering a new chapter such as getting married, starting a family, or beginning a fresh phase of life. The Magician card carries the message of a completely new beginning in your life, not just in your career, but in your entire journey, renewed from the very roots. At the same time, the Tower has also appeared, a card that signifies major, pivotal change. While the Tower often represents sudden shifts, in this reading, the feeling is clear. You are reaching the end of a cycle, preparing to begin something entirely different. You may be about to say goodbye to an old work environment or step onto a new path altogether. Or perhaps you will be the one to wave farewell to someone you once walked alongside, someone you've watched grow, and who is now ready to embark on their own journey. The emotion that rises here is one of fulfillment, as if you have completed something wholeheartedly, having fully lived out your role. And it is this sense of completion that allows you to move into a new level, a new space, a new role. This is no longer a stage of striving. It is a time of transformation. The combination of these two cards highlights the theme of watching over and being watched over. You may have quietly supported and observed someone's growth, and now you witness their maturity. Or it could be the other way around. Someone has been silently watching you, and now you are stepping into your next chapter under their loving gaze. In either role, you are standing before a new doorway. A fresh chapter in the story of your life is beginning to unfold. And all of this is an essential part of your evolution, both in your career and in your soul. Now we turn to the realm of relationships in the month of June. The cards that have appeared include the Phoenix, Three of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, along with 3 Oracle cards and the Path card. Looking at the overall spread, a clear message emerges. Someone is leaving or separating from a relationship, a group, or a familiar environment. And that someone might be you. You're stepping away, beginning an independent journey of your own. The image that arises is one of a mature individual, standing firmly on their own 2 feet. A strong sense of independence is present. You may be parting ways with a group, an old connection, or a phase of life in order to begin something new. And what's especially significant is that this is a moment worth celebrating. The cards depict a joyful scene, with people gathered together in happiness, sharing in the joy. You might be the one being celebrated, someone admired and cheered on by others. Or you could be the one offering congratulations to someone dear to you, someone you love who is now ready to spread their wings and fly. This situation is not only personal, it may also be connected to your professional life. What you're sensing in your relationships this month is likely an extension of the transitions happening in your work. On a personal level, this could also be something like a child coming of age or a family member moving into a new phase of life. There's a sense of reduction, perhaps a group becoming smaller, but it doesn't carry the weight of sorrowful separation. Instead, it feels like a natural evolution, one that marks a new beginning. The cards also reflect an energetic shift from once being supported to now standing on your own, making decisions independently. Where you were once accompanied and uplifted, now you're saying, I will walk forward with my own strength. The image is of someone setting out on their own path, perhaps alone, but full of pride and determination. This is the essence of your relationship dynamics in June, a journey of growth, a declaration that you are ready for the next chapter of your life. Stepping out of a once protective, familiar environment will undoubtedly require courage. And indeed, the Courage card has appeared, emphasizing that you're standing at an important turning point that demands bravery. Entering something new, a world you've never known, always comes with fear. But this June, you will find the courage to make that decision. Or perhaps the flow of destiny itself will carry you into that moment, presenting a shift so significant it cannot be avoided. The Wheel of Fortune has appeared once again, delivering a clear message about the turning of destiny, the motion of fate. The overall feeling here is that you, or someone close to you, is growing, taking flight, and leaving the nest. It's the image of someone mature enough to step out into the world and begin their own journey. Whether you are the one experiencing this transition or witnessing someone else go through it, you will feel the power of a bond that is evolving into a new phase. With the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, there also comes a message that everything is aligning and being decided. You may be getting married, or someone dear to you might be entering into marriage. It could be a decision to move, to change jobs, or a defining moment that leads you to depart, not out of sadness, but from joy, as a new stage of life unfolds. This is something to be celebrated, not only by you, but also by those around you. The prevailing emotion is one of heartfelt congratulations, because you truly deserve the beautiful things that are about to come your way. Linking back to the initial message of this month, rest, now it reveals itself with deeper meaning. Rest is not only about stepping away from everyday busyness, but also about allowing yourself to pause and fully receive the magnitude of change taking place. It could mean using up the remaining days of your leave, or simply releasing the guilt and granting yourself a true, intentional break before entering a brand new chapter. The universe is reminding you, there's no need to hesitate, no need to brace yourself. This is a month of transformation, of growth, and of celebration. Step forward with courage, because everything that's coming your way is meant to uplift you. It seems that a door is about to open. Something is unfolding. And the core message of this reading is this: use this time meaningfully for yourself. What lies ahead indicates that you are preparing to move into the next phase, to rise to a new level in your life's journey. This also echoes what has been said before about courage. At the same time, this is not just symbolic, it may manifest tangibly through a reduction in numbers, whether in workload, in the people around you, or in certain connections. But this is not something sad or negative. It is simply part of the natural flow of change. A card bearing the message of a journey has appeared, signaling that you are moving forward toward a new destination, a new goal in life. In the context of relationships, this may involve a parting of ways. But as mentioned many times before, this is something to be celebrated, something joyful, a positive and meaningful change. From the card depicting the image of a path, a clear message is revealed. You will be faced with a choice. It might come through a conversation that leads to a decision, or you may find yourself standing at a crossroads. It's also possible that deep within, you already know where you want to go. Or an event may occur that pushes you to make that very decision. This could be a proposal that you decide to accept. It could also be a promising job opportunity that inspires you to take a new direction. In this month of June, the central message is, when you make your choice, something worth celebrating will follow. Alternatively, you might be the one joining in the celebration as someone else makes a life-changing decision. A festive, joyful, and supportive energy is shining brightly in this reading. And finally, the figure who brings good fortune, the one who offers a lucky opportunity, has revealed themselves. The cards drawn are the Four of Cups and the Page of Swords. Looking at these cards, it becomes clear that someone may say to you, go in that direction. Previously, 2 cup cards had already appeared, both in the section about relationships and in the core theme of the reading. This strongly suggests that the person who brings you luck may be a friend. That's why spending time with someone close, being in the company of someone you trust, might be exactly what you need during this phase. As mentioned at the beginning of the reading, this isn't a journey you take alone. It's about going somewhere with someone, perhaps a short getaway, a long drive, or simply quality time together. It is in those moments that revelations will come, clarity, insight, and a sense of awakening that will help guide you toward making an important decision. You have a wonderful friend, someone who may offer advice like, "Don't go that way," or "That's the path that's truly right for you." This person will be a valuable ally, someone who speaks up at just the right moment, helping to illuminate the path you're about to choose. And that is the image of the one who brings you luck in this reading. This brings us to the end of the reading for those who chose pile 2. Thank you for listening and for taking the time to connect with the messages in this spread. If something in these cards stirred your heart or resonated with you, I'd love for you to leave a small symbol or a few words just to let me know that the message has found its way to you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to support my work. Your support is a precious gift, an incredible source of motivation that allows me to continue bringing you more meaningful readings. I'll see you again in the next reading. Hello to those who chose pile 3. Thank you for waiting. Now, I will begin the reading for those of you who selected the 3rd pile. I hope that this reading will bring you healing, new insights, and moments filled with love. The theme for this reading is, what will happen in June? First, let's take a look at the overall energy of the month. The cards representing the theme of June include the Star, 2 of Pentacles, and 3 Oracle cards, one of which features the image of a key. June delivers a very clear message. Something you once let go of in the past is now returning. It may be a relationship that slipped through your fingers, a connection you thought was gone for good, yet it is now being restored. From the cards, there is also a sense that something new will be born this month. However, if you ask, is this truly something entirely new? The presence of cards like Judgment and Temptation, both carrying themes of release and liberation, suggests that even if it appears new, it is deeply tied to your past. Looking at the overall energy of the cards, it's clear that June will be a time for you to heal emotions that have been buried for a long time, feelings you've carried deeply within due to past experiences. Whether it's a relationship, a dream, or an emotion you once had to let go of, a part of it will return this month, not to test you again, but to bring healing. One of the oracle cards that appeared conveys a message of love and romance. It speaks to past experiences of not being loved, not being heard, not being seen for who you truly are, and how, in June, something will happen that allows those wounds to begin healing. Something will make you feel that you are worthy of love, that you deserve to be received and cherished exactly as you are. In addition, the final card representing the theme carries the message, seek joy. This is a reminder that you are not only in the process of healing, but are also being encouraged to actively seek what brings your heart back to life, because it is in that very journey that you will discover the most precious gifts this month has to offer. There may be moments when you ask yourself, should I really go down this path? Or will I regret choosing this direction? Or even will I end up getting hurt again? You might find yourself hesitating, confused for a moment. But the message from the cards is this: learn to receive. Learn to accept and allow yourself to move forward. The central theme for June is releasing resistance, letting go of rigid beliefs and old narratives that say you can't, you shouldn't, or you're not worthy. Allow yourself to long for something. Allow yourself to seek what you truly desire. And most importantly, allow yourself to begin. Even if it's just a small step, take it, because doing nothing at all is what truly leads to stagnation. Don't let memories or past actions hold you back. Don't let the past stop you from opening your heart to the present. You are being blessed with the energy of a fresh start. A new beginning is truly on its way. And this could be a powerful one. For some, it may mark the start of a new romantic connection. For others, it could signal the emergence of a whole new flow in life, a renewed vitality, a fresh idea, a new journey altogether. However, when looking at the overall spread, especially with the Star and Judgment, it becomes clear that this is not a beginning from absolute zero. Rather, it is the return of something you once let go of. It could be a connection, a dream, an opportunity, or even a part of yourself that you once denied. And when this resurfaces, it brings with it a completely new opportunity for you to overcome old challenges, to heal past wounds, and to build something more enduring. In essence, This will be a month where you face the past with a renewed heart, a heart that is now ready to move forward. You will be given the chance to rise above what once hurt you and to rewrite your life story in a way that feels lighter, freer, and more hopeful. This is the overarching theme of June. Now, let's take a look at the area of your career. The cards that appeared include the Sun accompanied by Ace of Swords, the Hierophant, Five of Pentacles, Temperance, the Star, the Fool, Ten of Swords, and the Snake card. 3 oracle cards were also drawn to accompany the reading. First and foremost, a prominent message stands out. There is something you need to bring to a close. It may be a situation that has dragged on for too long without progress, or a story that has yet to reach its conclusion. Another message is emphasized as well. It's time to leave an environment where your abilities are not being truly recognized. There's a strong possibility that some of you in this group are contemplating a job change because the energy in this spread speaks very clearly to that. You possess notable capabilities, perhaps highly developed technical skills, or natural talent in a specific field. However, it seems that your current environment isn't allowing you to fully express your potential, or that the work you're doing isn't being fairly acknowledged. Looking at the spread, it's clear that a choice awaits you. Either you continue to remain in your current state, with its frustration, stagnation, and the feeling of being unrecognized, or you choose a new direction. This new direction may involve changing your workplace, shifting the form of your work, or continuing in the same profession, but within a different environment, one where you are seen, fairly valued, and given space to grow. The Fool appearing alongside Ten of Swords indicates that this is the time to end an exhausting cycle and step into a completely new beginning. The Snake card in this reading emphasizes, do not let the words, looks, or doubts of others hold you back. Do not let the past cause you to hesitate. The remaining cards, the Sun, the Star, and Ace of Swords, reveal that clarity is arriving. A brighter opportunity is right ahead if you dare to choose what truly aligns with your worth. In summary, this is the moment for you to make a decision for yourself, to firmly let go of what no longer fits, what no longer brings value, and to boldly choose the path that allows you to fully express your potential. A new path, filled with possibility, is waiting just ahead. Next are the cards Five of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Star. Once again, these cards echo the message that you are standing at a crossroads and you are about to choose a different direction. You may have stayed in a job, an environment, or a particular path for a long time, but it hasn't provided the income you hoped for, nor the stability you needed. Now, you are being guided toward where you truly belong, a place where you can live in alignment with your inner values and aspirations. It's very likely that the life you're living now does not align with what you once envisioned. There's a gap between the dream you held and the reality you're currently facing. If that resonates with you, then June is the time to begin realigning your path. This adjustment may mean changing your direction entirely or letting go of the need to hold on to something that no longer fits. The reading suggests that it will be difficult for you to maintain your current state, whether it's your job or position, for much longer. The cards the Fool, Ten of Swords, and Snake once again reinforce the message. Dare to step away from where you are. Dare to rise. Dare to embark on a new journey, even if that journey comes with no guarantees. Because no absolute assurance can ever be found from the outside world. But you can choose to believe. And what matters most is this: when you dare to leap into the unknown, when you dare to move beyond the fear of uncertainty, that very act will reignite the flame within your heart. You may be moving toward a world with no commitments, no guarantees, and no safe backup plan. Yet that is precisely the place where your heart feels most alive. It's a place that has the power to awaken a passion that has long been dormant, to ignite inspiration, and to make you feel truly connected with who you are. And that may very well be the path you choose this June, a path filled not with certainty, but with renewal and a deep sense of authenticity. It's also highly likely that some of you will receive a proposal or a job opportunity. However, as mentioned earlier, even if an appealing invitation arises, it may not come with promises about the future. This means you could find yourself stepping into a role or environment where there are no clear-cut terms, no fixed monthly salary, no guaranteed bonuses. You are heading toward a space where certainty isn't offered up front, and yet it is where you feel drawn to go, or where you'll feel compelled to take that step. Whatever the case may be, what truly matters is this: you are no longer going to remain where you are, nor stay stuck in your current state. You are going to make the decision to move forward from where you stand. And when looking at the next two cards, a clear message emerges. You are heading toward a place where you are truly needed. You will enter an environment, a space, or begin a job where you feel valued, acknowledged, and seen. A place where you can truly say, I am here because I matter. In addition, the reading also points to a strong possibility that you will have a completely new experience. Of course, this won't apply to everyone, but for many of you, it could involve stepping into an entirely different field from what you've done before, or expanding your connections through meetings and interactions with people in different industries, such as joining networking events, groups, or attending workshops and conferences. You may be invited somewhere or encouraged by someone to take part in an activity or event where you begin to step into a new rhythm of life, one that opens doors to future career opportunities. Even if the road ahead may seem unclear or lacks concrete guarantees, the honest emotions within you, the excitement, the sense that this is what I truly want, will serve as the guiding light. Follow that feeling. And now we move on to the relationship aspect. From the energy present, it can be said that something or someone is arriving to welcome you, as if someone is coming to take your hand, or the universe is sending you a special guide, a fateful encounter. This image of someone coming to meet you aligns perfectly with the overarching theme of this month. The three cards that appear here are Eight of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Empress. From the energy of these cards, one thing becomes clear. You are in an environment that doesn't quite make you feel at ease, a state where the discomfort or sense of instability stems from your surroundings. And now, the universe is preparing to offer you an exit, a gentle nudge, just strong enough to help you step out of that place. It's as if someone is saying to you, come with me, or this way, like an invitation, a hand reaching out at just the moment you need it. That is the energy of welcome, the energy we named from the very beginning. And looking at the two supporting cards, it becomes clear that in June, you will choose to move in the direction that brings joy to your heart. You will actively move toward a place that makes you feel alive, happy, and true to yourself. Additionally, the Knight card, the card of the messenger, or the one on a mission, has appeared. This can be interpreted as a sign that you will receive an important message or that a significant opportunity will arrive to help you begin a new chapter. Someone or something will come into your life, acting as a signal to start, a sign that the time has come. This is what we mean by the one who comes to meet you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a specific person. It might be an event, an invitation, or an unexpected situation that sparks the realization it's time to turn the page and begin again. Not only that, but the energy of love is also shining through clearly. What's coming to you could very well be love, a romantic beginning filled with deep emotion. What's arriving feels like a gentle breeze of affection and connection, carrying with it a tender yet profound tone. And when looking at the oracle card, another message emerges, an image of innocence, a pure heart, and a childlike spirit. It's a gentle reminder to keep your heart clear and open, to receive what comes your way with the openness and wonder of a child. For it is that very purity of spirit that will become the key to unlocking the most magical things in this month of June. Family, as mentioned here, refers to children, or more symbolically, the innocence and purity within your own soul. Whether in work or in relationships, June will bring you experiences that truly make your heart dance, moments of excitement, delight, and pure, heartfelt joy from within. And you will choose to walk towards such things. Especially in your professional life, you'll be drawn to follow what genuinely stirs your heart. In your relationships, you may find yourself experiencing moments of pure joy shared with others, moments where you can fully immerse yourself in something without worrying about how you're being perceived. It could be a gathering, a joyful event, or some shared activity, a space where you are free to be yourself, to enjoy happiness together in its most genuine form. Looking at the next two cards, you may come to an important realization that you've forgotten what it feels like to truly have fun, to feel the lightness and delight of living authentically. Perhaps at some point, you let go of your desire for joy, convinced yourself it wasn't necessary, or believed it wasn't meant for you. Maybe you've been overthinking, approaching life too rationally. And then, through the image of laughing children or through those around you who are fully embracing the present moment, something will awaken within you, the recognition that you once longed for this too. That you, too, are worthy of that joy. And this leads you back to the themes that have been emphasized from the very beginning. Letting go of resistance, releasing long-held beliefs, allowing yourself to dream again, to hope, and to start anew. Through a certain event, a relationship, or a fleeting moment, You may find yourself reconnecting with a part of your soul that had long been forgotten, a part that has grown dry, yearning to be nourished once more by genuine emotions and pure joy. And in the end, what emerges is gratitude, a deep sense of appreciation for those around you, the ones who brought you back to yourself, who offered you precious lessons and gently guided you toward this quiet awakening. These are the people who helped you realize what truly matters, who illuminated the things you had unconsciously lost along the way. And you will feel grateful that they were there, at the very moment you needed them most, to offer you the gift of awareness and healing. So, where will that gratitude lead you? It will guide you to reevaluate the discomfort you've been enduring for so long. You'll begin to face the truth that despite all your efforts, you haven't been recognized in the way you truly deserve. And if you continue to stay in a place that fails to acknowledge your worth, if you keep choosing what doesn't truly belong to you, then you are silently trading away your own value. In this month of June, you will begin to make decisions, choices that lead you away from all of that and toward a life that aligns with your authentic self. And finally, the card revealing the person who brings you luck in June has appeared, the Page of Wands. This person may be younger than you, perhaps a child or someone in their early youth. They could be a high school student, a college student, or simply a reflection of your own youthful self. You once lived with such passion, such joy, such radiance. But at some point along the way, you stopped. For one reason or another, you let that part of yourself go. And this month, you will rediscover that flame. The person who helps you realize this may be a complete stranger or someone who has always been by your side. But through them, through the way they live, the way they find joy, the way they express themselves, something inside you will be stirred awake. You will recognize how much you've suppressed, how often you've denied your own truth. It might come in the form of a fleeting moment, a glance, an action, a single word, but it will resonate deeply in your heart. And that person, with their youthful, honest, and liberated energy, will be the one to give you the courage to live in alignment with your feelings, to reignite the parts of yourself that have long been dormant. This brings us to the end of the reading for those who chose pile 3. I am truly grateful that you stayed with me until the end of the video. Today's reading is not only a message from the universe, but also a bridge connecting us, kindred souls in search of deeper understanding and connection in this life. If you felt your heart was touched, even just a little, please leave a comment or share a symbol you love, so I'll know you were here and that the message found its way to you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to support my work. Your presence is an invaluable gift, a powerful source of inspiration that encourages me to continue bringing you deeper and more meaningful readings. I look forward to seeing you again in the next reading.